game 2 of PMA LCS, Bob versus Blog. This is once again your one of your casters, Tom Nook. Give me your bells.
And your resident Nautilus main, No Not November, right here. Technically now, I guess I'm becoming a Swain main. I don't know. I finally found a version of Nautilus that actually does reliable damage, so I may be making the switch. Who knows?
Maybe it could be a some sort of a bird catcher
A
name. I don't
bird
know.
catcher. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. The game two pick ban. I would be very surprised if they gave Ganwian his Anivia again. It looks like we have again the Senna and Tarek bans away from the bot lane and the old guys. Very very smart bans. We see Lux and Swain bans going towards Butter Our Biscuits. You know, banning the Swain away from Jabberwock is definitely a good call. But we
Yeah,
don't see the
absolutely.
Anivia ban round one. We'll see if Ganwian decides
Wukong,
to take that again.
Wukong, Wukong is the first ban here.
Yeah, I like that they're banning that Wukong away just to keep that huge counter engage potential out.
And then we see the Caitlyn Malphite being locked in because
Ooh.
Malphite was left open for Ganwian, so Ganwian just takes the Malphite, and then we see the Caitlyn being locked in for Jirachi, and Misfortune being picked up for Flydrate, and then the Leona coming in. So the bot lane's locked in here, and then you see the Caitlyn and the Malphite.
Again, we see the same thing that Nate was talking about again last week with the first picks going on the blue side to the bot lane, which he said it should really be more um, about picking like solo lanes in the jungler in the first round. Um, I don't remember his whole spiel about it, but if anyone's interested, he has some really good thoughts about it. So I'd reach out to him and talk to him about how he would approach pick ban because I think he's very knowledgeable and smart about how he wants to approach pick ban, and I think a lot of people can learn from him.
Rock showed a really good showing on that champion. Oh, now I can hear you.
Yep, you hear me better now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened. Been having some
I have no
interesting
idea.
interesting problems with Discord.
But yeah, we see the Anivia being banned away from Blog, but I don't know if that. If you see the Malphite, we'll see if that's going to Ganlian or if that's going to Digital JLP. But I guess they don't want to risk that, so they just still ban the Anivia anyways. Although Malphite is more of a Ganlian pick, I think.
It definitely is.
But still, it's safe to ban Anivia because anyone can play Malphite, to be honest.
That's true. I mean, I played a game of one for all, 5 rocks versus 5 rocks, and he's fairly simple to figure out.
And then we see the Maokai being banned away from Blog. Not sure if that was ever a problem.
I don't think it was. I don't think that the Maokai was really the problem, but I think they're just looking to
See what solo lanes to ban, I guess.
they're just trying to ban stuff away. I don't think they had
I think they would have been smarter to ban support because support haven't been actually been locked in yet.
right. And we see
And then
the
we see a
Thresh.
Thresh being picked up.
I like
Thresh is a
Thresh.
Thresh is a really good answer into Leona because Thresh can just flay whenever
Yeah,
Leona engages. Kind
and
of like how Janna Tornado works. You could just use the flay just as a Janna Tornado.
right. And I was talking to a friend of mine about this a couple days ago. I guess it was last week then. Um, and I was curious as to I was watching a lot of the pro games and I wasn't seeing very many engaged tanks. Like I wasn't seeing Nautilus. I wasn't seeing a ton of. I saw some Nautilus, but like I wasn't seeing stuff like Blitzcrank, but I was seeing a lot of Thresh. And my friend pointed out that all those other engaged champs are pretty good, but Thresh can do a lot of the same things if you're good with him. But he also has that added benefit of his Lantern being able to reposition anyone on his team if you really know what you're doing. So we'll see how this Thresh is utilized and if they're able to use it to its fullest potential. We see Silas, Galio, and Nasus the last couple of picks.
I don't know how I feel about the analysis per se, because as as a frequent NASA's player, I do not think this team composition that you're pulling up necessarily wants a Nasus. I mean, I guess you could still you're still looking to siege with the Caitlyn and the Thresh anyways. So Nasus would love to siege. Okay, are we ready? Yeah, we're
Yeah,
ready. Okay.
everyone's ready. So I think we're about to get pick ban going in the client. So on with what you were saying.
But anyways, some banter going into in the chat there, a friendly banter. But anyways,
So what are
but
you
yeah,
thinking of these team comps going into the game? Which team comp are you liking more?
I personally like Bob's team comp. This time I'm actually partial to Bob's team comp just because Nocturne can take away a lot of the visions that you would actually need in order to pull off a blog comp, right? You blog what you're mainly looking to do, especially with the Caitlyn, Thresh, and the Nasus. You're just looking to split the map open and try to get towers, try to get objectives. But then Nocturne disrupts all of that by taking away all the vision, right? Darkness with the Galio being being able to transport anywhere wherever the Nocturne is. You could just use the hero's entrance. The hero's entrance now gives the magic shield, uh, the W magic shield onto whoever he ults.
Oh yeah, is that a new change?
It's a new change,
It's
correct?
a new change. Okay, I don't play too much Galio, so I don't know as much about it. And I like the Silas because with their team comp, they've got two not. I don't think that Nocturne ult is global, but he can ult pretty far away as well as the Galio
Yes.
ult, and then the Silas can just take the Malphite ult, and that's just a huge engage wombo combo on the side of Butter or Biscuits that is going to be very hard to deal with. They're going to be very great in team fighting, especially with that Leona being able to lock down Blog and Misfortune being able to just stand back and ult across the whole team fight.
The thing that blog has available that's gonna be really crucial is the disengage provided by the Thresh, the Lantern, and the Flay is going to be really good for peeling the Leona away, and also hook the immobile Misfortune.
Right. We'll just see if he can get those hooks through because I know when I'm playing Leona, my big thing is I'm always trying to be in front of any incoming hooks or anything for my ADC because you don't want to hook a Leona. If you hook a Leona, she's just going to CC you and you will die.
Well, no, in in most hook champ scenarios that is correct, except with Thresh, how Thresh hook, how Thresh has the stun and then the ability to choose to go in or not. He could just hook the Leona, but then not go in. He could just leave it as that and just leave it as a stun.
That's true.
That's fine.
And that is that thing with the Thresh is, you have to be very selective with when you reactivate your Q when you have somebody. And that's why I don't play Thresh as much because I am I'm the kind of guy who I want to go 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 every time, and I take those cues way too often. And Thresh, he's definitely an engaged champion, but I wouldn't call him a full out tank. He's a lot squishier than a lot of the other engaged champs.
And I wouldn't even say he's a full on engaged champion either. He has a lot of disengage available in his kit, especially with Flay and Lantern in the box.
Yeah, he could just disrupt something with his box and walk away, which that's a really good way of using that ult, and we'll see how this Thresh is played by Mr. Matt. I'm looking forward to seeing just how he approaches the champion. I have not personally seen him play Thresh too many times.
And just to let you know, this is Jirachi on AD carry, not Freedom.
Oh, is something in? Oh yeah, in chat.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's I was like, wait, well,
Oh,
that's not Freedom Penguin. That's Jirachi.
yeah. It's like wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you and say that I'm looking at the butter our biscuits for this game. And I think
But I still wouldn't take Blog out of the team,
I
out
definitely
of it though.
wouldn't, especially after last game and the showing that they had. I mean, exactly what happened last game is Butter Our Biscuits took an early lead, and then bot lane and the old guys just turned the game and just completely, came back and became that force that could not be stopped.
I think Blog will have to play it out. I think there's gonna be a lot of like last game. You're gonna have to do a lot of disengage, but this time not from Ganwian because Ganwian's not playing Anivia. He's playing a champion that literally goes in
Right.
rock smash. But more, it's the disengage is actually gonna come from either the Nasus, the Caitlyn, or the Thresh.
Yeah.
And yes, Blog and I agree with Violet Sociocat there. Violet Sociocat just did mention they're a little Blog lacks a little bit of damage. The one main damage source is going to be Riley on Jirachi on the Caitlyn, right? Yes,
Right.
you can go full damage Jarvan, I guess, and you can
Or
and
Malphite,
that's
full AP Malphite.
a full AP Malphite. Nasus eventually will stack, but if Nasus gets behind and doesn't get his stacks, Nasus is just a giant tank that has a wither.
Right. And
But not even a good tank either. So
right. And we'll see how this matchup going into Silas. I know Silas is going to be able to really skirmish and fight with the Nasus, and he can kind of get in and do some damage and get out. And it may cause, I'm going to be interested to see how the real JLP approaches this Nasus game, whether he is trying to take these fights or if he's doing the Nasus thing where you just let yourself get pushed under tower and stack for 45 minutes.
but yeah, like I said though, I think Butter or Biscuits win. Just if you're just talking about the comp itself, if you're looking at comp wise and pick ban, I think Bob wins it just because blog does has this like two different identities of like Nasus wants to 1-4.
Right,
That's Nasus is not gonna group with you. He's not. Just like flat out not.
right. I agree.
While two of the other champions, J4 and Malphite specifically, wants to go in. So like there's that. But at the same time, the Caitlyn still does have good siege potential along with Nasus. I think they're just trying to go for a siege comp. I think. But with two engages just in case they need some sort of engage. That's my guess onto what's going on with Blog's comp.
Right, and we'll see if it pays off to have that. I know a lot of
But
times I see
before we continue, who wins the skin game?
skin game. Ooh, there's some good skins here. I
I have
honestly,
to give I would give it to Blog. I'm
I
giving it to Blog.
I do too.
Darkstar Malphite!
Darkstar
Prestige?
Malphite and it's very color coordinated. Although I would have hoped to see the prestige thresh, but not everyone is lucky enough as I am to have someone gifted
Pres-
to them. So
so,
um,
I mean, I think I like the regular pulse fire thresh more, anyways. Personally,
For a
because you can
while,
actually see the you can see the souls.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I was playing on my laptop whenever I got the skin, and it pissed me off because I was like, I cannot see these souls. They blend in with the brown patches in the ground, and if they're sitting on a green patch, it just looks like a brown patch. So like it's really hard to see them on the ground. But when I built my new computer and had actually half decent graphics, it really changed the way that the souls looked, and I was able to see them a lot easier. So I like playing the skin again. So it might just be a graphics thing with individual computers, but my new computer does display
I'm
the
also
souls
blind.
properly. True. So I'm
I'm
gonna
very
pause at
blind.
10 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm gonna set all this stuff up real quick. Objective timers, scoreboard. I'm gonna order the scoreboard. That's a
Objective timers. Woohoo.
Gallium mid. Yeah,
Yep, it is Gallium mid.
NASA's top. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I think everything is ready to go.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and here we go. I really like that Malphite skin in game. That looks really cool. I think this is the first time I've actually seen it.
Then we
Looks like
see
we
a
might
5 point.
have another boring 5 point start.
Although you could have invaded with the thrash.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen an
Oh,
invade.
actually no, but everybody else's level 1 is actually kind of bad though, to be honest.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're right.
Caitlyn's fine. Like, what is Jarvan gonna do? Flag? Just go down to
he can,
flag.
he's gonna flag you, but that's it. Yeah, and the voice of reason coming in chat from Violet Sociocat saying, yeah, they have no follow up CC and no way to actually make it work. Yeah, you could hit that thresh hook, but that's kind of it.
Yeah. And then wholesome chat
Would you
going on in
prefer
all
the
chat
good
right now.
cop
Wholesomeness. I
or the
love it.
bad
It's
cop?
cute.
Want another shot?
Some emote
And would
spamming
you like to
going,
leave things
some
up in the air? Would you
boredom
prefer the
coming
good
in
cop
before that first buff
or the
spawns,
bad
but
cop?
ooh, we see some color guard spins from Caitlyn.
Jirachi is a fabulous color guard, or so I've heard. So, makes sense.
Yeah, as have I. So perfect emote for the perfect player, I guess.
Yeah. And then, not much is going on right now.
Yeah, not too much happening. Just early farm
There's a
game.
comment. There's a comment coming from Ganwian on the Malphite. Just a little bit of just
I'm gonna
wave
be
manipulation.
interested to
Oh,
see how this.
Jabberwock going in on JLP as soon as he hit level 2.
Yeah, just getting a little bit of extra damage down on him. We see Caitlyn poking out, but our Biscuit's bot lane, just sort of making it a little bit more comfortable for farming at the moment. I'm gonna be interested to see how this top lane plays out. Again, I think this Silas is really gonna win all of the early trades into the Nasus. And
Oh yeah, Juiceman spell shields the flag and drag. Guy Fury had to flash away, but OG Juiceman also had to also flashed after him. So flash
Boom.
being traded there.
Headshot.
The Scuttle Crab isn't even up, so I don't know what they're fighting over. They're just boys, just being boys. I'm just kidding. That's not what I don't mean that. I promise.
I don't know. I think they're just trying to establish a vision dominance for when that
Here and
goes
the
up.
Zenith goes in on Jirachi, gets a nice trade onto and gets some nice damage onto Jirachi. And Mr. Matt burns Ignite onto Flydrate, but not much happens here. So
Yeah, we
now
saw a little trade happening in the mid lane, both of them taking each other down to half health and just leaving it at that.
but I think Butter Biscuits won that trade just because the Ignite got burnt from Mr. Matt, so they don't have Ignite.
Right. Right.
I mean, Engage coming in, the dash taunt comes in from Fleeing Panda, and Ganwian's out of mana, so Ganwian can't do much, but Flag and Drag comes in for Guy Fieri, but Fleeing Panda just gets away.
Yeah,
Casually.
just trying to back him up a little bit. Just sort of give him a little bit of a buffer zone so he can keep farming and doesn't have to immediately back. Let's see. Is this AP Malphite? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes. I think that, you know, like someone said earlier, they're lacking. I think it was Violet Sociocat said that they're lacking a lot of damage, and I think building that full AP Malphite might be a solution. I'm not gonna say that's the solution, but that could be a solution to help them make their team comp work just a little bit better.
So I think in this team comp, I think he will want to go full AP Malphite. Oh, and then we see the Engage coming on to Jirachi, but nice play coming in from Mr. Matt. A burn, Ignite, and Ignite from from Biscuit Hat and heal from Jirachi both gets burnt. So it's a pretty even trade here.
I think Bob won that trade just because Jirachi's just really low. You know, no more potions, heal's gone, and if you get another engage like that, Jirachi's just gonna go down. They have to play very, very carefully.
Well, they
we see Silas. Silas is trying to take some trades in a big wave. That's a little dangerous there.
And now we see the Real JLP actually has quite a bit of a farm advantage actually over Jabberwock.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a farm advantage, and he's starting to do, you know, just Nasus things. Hopefully stacks. Is there a way I can actually look and see how many stacks he's got at the moment?
You click on him. You click on Nasus, and you see the stacks above his icon.
I see.
Yeah, 66 stacks right now. All right, back to the game. If you want me to do the stack check, let me know, because I don't want you to interrupt the stream for it, so I'll just do stack check for you.
Sounds good. Not a whole lot of fighting happening right now in the early game, which I think, you know, isn't the worst way to go about this team. We see two people heading up possibly to top. We might see a gank coming in here on the Nasus. He's pushed out a little bit. Looks like he sees it coming, but it may not be enough. He's got his flash going down, some damage, but ultimately nothing's going to come out of it. He's TPing to Dragon now, it looks like. They are
taking 4-man Dragon.
Going for a 4-man Dragon right here, and it looks like they're just going to get it for free. Malphite's zoning on the backside, and no one can get anywhere close to this thing.
Yeah, as soon as OG Juiceman showed on the top side of the map, they were just like immediately going on to Dragon to take that. And then Jabberwock takes Malphite ulti, which means he can use that for the next fight.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna back and take that up top lane to see if he can transition that into getting some sort of kill on Nasus with that huge engage ultimate. It's a really smart time for him to go down for that too. Like, you know, I know Silas is all about, you know, stealing the right ultimates and planning out and things like that. But if you're trying to steal an ultimate from another lane, you have to be very careful about when you go down to try to get that. You can't just leave your lane abandoned at a random time and go like, hey, I need Malphite ult, so let me just go get that real quick, because you're going to lose a lot of priority. But he chose a good time to do it, where, you know, Nasus had TP'd towards the dragon, then immediately backed, so he had a lot of free time.
Jabberwock is currently sitting on a ward, so they know that they know that he's here, so they're gonna really play it backwards. Yeah, they're not risking it.
Yeah.
So Jabberwock now actually has the TP top lane. It's a really smart ward by the bot side.
A really good ward, a lot of wasted time, but it looks like, you know, he didn't lose too much from sitting down there so long. You know, he was down there for a while. He uses the Malphite ult, and he looks like he's gonna get a kill down for first blood on the real JLP. And it looks like sitting down there for so long didn't cost him anything. He's there to freely farm that massive wave that stacked in the top side, and got a free kill for it.
Oh, Guy Fieri comes in, tries to steal the blue buff. The lethal tempo goes off of Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri gets the hero's entrance, but hero's entrance comes in. Fleeing Panda takes down Guy Fieri with that passive. Ganwian has to flash out now because he can't really do anything against Fleeing Panda at the moment with the double buff. And really nice hero's entrance coming in for Fleeing Panda. Galio ulti, really impactful.
Yeah, that was a really great little fight over there in the blue buff. What was that, 1-for-1?
There.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a really good 1-for-1. Props to Fleeing Panda for understanding what he's able to do on that champion. Pretty good on that champion. Now he has double buffs. And now he's engaging onto Ganwian. Ganwian can't really fight back, even if he did have ultimate. Dude, Galio is too tanky. And as you see, it's not a full AP Malphite. It's actually a tank buff.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Okay, my stream lagged. Can you stop at 10:10? Yeah, I was just about to mention that. It looks like he's gonna go for tank Malphite.
10-10.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Unpause.
So we're seeing a tank Malphite. We see an
and
engage.
we see an engage coming on to from Jabberwock. Jabberwock and JLP both use their ultimates, and we see who wins. But I think Jabberwock takes the kick here with the Nasus percent health damage ultimate. Flash Zenith Blade onto Guy Fieri. And the solar flare comes in as well. Really good job. And then OG Juiceman is trying to get faster with them going in, but Guy Fieri gets out with the flag and drag. But we see the Malphite also in the bot lane. But Malphite doesn't have ultimate quite yet, but is still a terrifying menacing figure to be around.
The really good response from bot lane of the old guys is bot lane to help get Guy Fieri out of that really scary predicament. Biscuit Hat was doing a really good job with that Leona of that engage, and I don't think he could have engaged that any better. And you know, I think that was just really well played by bot lane and the old guys getting their jungle out of almost certain death. See, very even in the gold department, but we've got a pretty big lead on the side of Jabberwock in the top lane. He's 2-0 on that Sylas, and that's gonna start getting a little bit scary to deal with moving forward. He looks like he's got a little over 1,400 gold advantage on that Nasus.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. This is when Nasus gets behind it, it feels really bad. And then the Paranoia comes in. Paranoia goes in on Ganwian and Guy Fieri. Really good bullet time, and really good stolen Cataclysm from Jabberwock. Hijacked the Cataclysm and took the Cataclysm.
Wow, Flydrate was able to just channel that entire ult onto Ganwian and just chunk him down so far that it was just one little auto attack is easy enough kill, and they're able to take that Infernal Drake for their side and really start to pull ahead. You know, they've got a Infernal Drag to their Earth Drag. He's coming in for an engage on the Nasus and is just going to take him down almost instantly.
Yeah, a little overstay from, I think, a little bit of an overstay from GLP.
An overstay with no vision either. If you look down there, he doesn't have any vision anywhere in that topside jungle to see if someone's coming for him. So I really want to see him putting down some more wards if he's going to be out that far. But really, I mean, look at the champion he's playing. He's playing Nasus. You want to be under tower as much as possible, just stacking. That's all your job is right now, is to stack.
Well,
you can't.
Well, the thing about Nasus, I kind of disagree just because Nasus do want to push. He just has to have a nice stable vision so that he can get away like much earlier,
That's
right?
true, but
And in terms of build path, I think he needs to like he should have ditched the Triforce build and just go straight for Spirit Visage just so that he can survive longer.
yeah, that the AP damage coming from a 3-0 Silas might just be too much if you don't have that early magic resist, and he's just
He's on
hasn't adapted
CDR,
the build yet.
and you have to have CDR as well as tankiness. So you gotta stack the Q while being safe. So Nasus, that's the whole spirit of Nasus. You see some just Lauren
Seeing some
auto
more
attacks.
farming. Just watch him auto attack.
To your left, to your right, you see the bot lane just farming the wave. I feel like a zoo. I feel like those like zoo tour people.
A tour guide,
On your
yeah.
tour guide, you see the on your right, you see the Caitlyn farming, and then we
They're just, it looks like
trying.
Flydrate and
Oh,
Biscuit had her trying
what?
to get this Scuttle Crab. Flydrate's got a great ult down, but he gets it cut short. We have,
Like I hear, but good flash.
yeah, really good response from Green Panda.
Paranoia comes in for Malphite. Uses the Unstoppable Force onto Malphite. Malphite tries to respond with his own Unstoppable Force, but gets deleted before he can finish that ult. And then we see the first tower taken down for mid lane, and Silas TP's back top lane to deal with that Nasus trying to split.
Yeah, and again, I'm just gonna mention the fact that Nasus was that far up and still hasn't placed a ward.
Which is honestly, as long he still got out.
He
So
did get out.
as
He did get out
as soon
because
as
he could see the channel.
Yeah, as soon as he saw the thing that I think the thing that JLP did well, I'm gonna go with positive because I always like going with positives. I think what JLP did well was actually backing off as soon as he saw the Silas team. Like, bye.
Yeah,
Ditch.
definitely.
Ding dong ditch.
Uh, yeah, absolutely. And you know, and I'm not meaning this in any flame. I'm just goodness, words are hard. Objectively,
Anyways,
trying to say what's.
we see Jabberwock taking down that top tower here, but as you can continue now. Sorry,
No,
I
yeah,
just saw
yeah, and so I'm just objectively trying to say what I see and improvements I think that could be made that can really turn this game back around, because we see Butter Our Biscuits is really just starting to run away with it. They've got 2 towers now. They're about to get the Rift Herald, and it looks like it's going to be completely uncontested. There's just no vision of it on the side of bot lane and the old guys. Free Rift Herald. You know, they've got a 2-tower advantage. They've really started to run away with the game. Although it looks like bot lane and the old guys are taking bot tower while this engage is happening top lane.
once again a really just chunking down JLP.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like we might be seeing a full lane swap going on the side of Butter Our Biscuits. Just to sort of get this Silas to push other lanes. They're dropping the Rift Herald bot.
And then Jabberwock takes the box away, not away, but takes the box from Thresh. So now he has box available, which is actually a really good ult to take right now, considering the dragon's up. Right?
Yeah, it's definitely going to help him zone everyone off the dragon, although it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to really contest it here either way. So he may not even be using it at this moment.
But the box will still be a really good tool to keep them in place, because Silas's kit literally goes in and then heals, and then people can't leave even if they wanted to,
because then he just lays down the Thresh box for more damage. And he His damage scales the damage of the Thresh ultimate, doesn't it? Because I know that ultimate, when you're building a bunch of AP,
And we
does
see
a
the
lot of
tower going down
damage.
in bot lane, and the solar flare comes down, and then the zenith flare comes in onto Nasus. I think they're just gonna disengage. Good redemption coming in from Mr. Matt, and the wither comes in for Jabberwock. Pretty good, really good wither, as it prevents Jabberwock from doing much. So really good job from both sides for Butter Biscuits to be able to take down try to take that fight. But at the same time, really good disengage coming in from JLP and Thresh.
And it looks like again, something I saw last game in the main note of is that even if bot lane and the old guys they're behind, but they're still looking to see what they could take from it. We see during all of that ruckus, Ganwian was able to take that top lane turret, and now they take the mid lane turret, and now they have, it was 2 turrets to 0. Now they have 3 turrets to Butter or Biscuits is 2. And they've equalized a lot of that gold differential. They've equalized
Yeah, we see the
the tower
paranoia
difference.
coming in onto Malphite. Malphite has to ult out, but we see now they go re-engaging onto the Nasus, the JLP, and the solar flare lands. Really nice solar flare, and then now Nocturne gets the kill onto Nasus. A really good follow up. Really good change of targets as soon as they realize Malphite's out.
Yeah, and Biscuit has really doing a good job of
And
showing his expertise with Leona.
mhm. Biscuit Hat is really good at his engage all in kind of supports. For
Absolutely.
sure. The man knows how to engage. Knows how to take a fight. Unlike me, I don't fight at all.
I see some pings coming down over the Baron. I think they're just trying to get some vision on it. I would be very surprised to see them try to take it right now. It's a little bit early, and it doesn't look like
Jabberwock's just
they're.
hiding in the bush, waiting for Jirachi to try to take the tower. And Jirachi gets engaged onto by Jabberwock.
He forces a flash um, to keep that buff from transferring, but that was almost a really well thought out play by Jabberwock, just sitting there, waiting for Jirachi to take that buff. See another huge engage coming in.
Jabberwock just gets a really good unstoppable force onto Caitlyn, and gets the double kill onto the J4. And MF is just autoing and whacking him. Really good positioning. I have to give props to Flydrate here. More props to Flydrate. Good positioning on. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that was great positioning by the Misfortune, and they really took that fight and did exactly what they wanted for it. And they're transitioning over to this Baron, and it looks like it's going to be another free objective for the side of Butter or Biscuits. And even though Flydrate is sitting at 6 assists and 0 kills, he's still doing an incredible job of getting the damage down for his team and doing exactly.
Thresh
Okay,
almost
I
got
thought that Thresh just stole that and I was gonna lose my mind. Oh my god. That would have been insane.
close. That was close. It was close.
It was close. It was real close. Um, Good try by Mr. Matt. Oh man, excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, very good try for this deal, but it looks like Butter Biscuits is just gonna get that Baron, and we'll see what they do with it here. We see most of them backing off. Jabberwock is down, pushing Baron minions in that bot lane, getting a lot of pressure there.
I do see a world though. I think where Block can come back, and we see the paranoia coming onto the Caitlyn. But OG Juiceman was by himself. OG Juiceman is now dead. Really good Malphite, really good on sub force, but also real equally good bullet time. So, but a huge shutdown goes on to the Malphite.
All right, pause where you are, and I'll let you know after this fight.
I'm at 22:55.
Okay. 55.
22:55.
All right. You announced the fight, and then everyone got to watch it because the stream lagged. Sorry about that, viewers. Okay, let's start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, fabulous.
We'll bring the cataclysm home.
Silas taking the Jarvan ult. We'll see what he decides to do with it here. They're just sitting, pushing the Baron minions in. I want to see Butter Biscuits after winning that fight. At this point, they don't need to be forcing anything. They just need to let those Baron minions do what they're designed to do and try to get some pressure map wide in all the lanes so that they can transition back for this this third Drake for
which
them.
is what Galio is doing. Great job on Galio for utilize that Baron minion on a side lane. But Galio needs to back up. Galio needs to back up now.
Yeah,
though.
he needs to back off now. He's gonna
Galio,
greed for the tower, maybe?
No,
No,
he's
it
not.
doesn't look like he's gonna take the tower.
He's smart. Galio's smart. Oh, never mind. He went the wrong way.
Weird pathing from Fleeing Panda, and it looks like he might pay for it with his life. We'll see.
It's okay though. They take Dragon for it.
Yeah, we'll see in about 25 minutes
Panda...
when they're finally able to take the Galio down because he's just so tanky. Yep, there it goes. About a 45-second engage, but it frees up Butter or Biscuits to just do whatever they want in the bot lane since the rest of bot lane and the old guys is up there trying to deal with that Galio. They just take that dragon for free and they push bot lane with these remaining Baron minions.
Yeah, and I think it's still a win for for Bob, just because now they're able to take that bot tower.
Right,
with
absolutely.
Extra less body.
I think that was a really good decision by Fleeing Panda. Maybe not to path that way, but to be up there holding that pressure so that his team could transition, grab Dragon, and go bot. I'm curious if he didn't path that way, if he would have possibly been out. Maybe, maybe not, because we did see, what was it, 3 or 4 people it took to take down Fleeing Panda.
Well, the reason why Fleeing Panda is like so hard to kill at the moment is because they have no damage other than Caitlyn. Like, look at the damage sources.
That's true. That's true. Like, they have
the two other damage sources are pretty significantly behind. Both the Nasus and the Jarvan. They're both pretty behind at the moment. As well as the fact that Galio also has a stone plate.
Yeah, Galio's got that stone plate, which makes him basically in that situation twice as much health, twice as tanky. And it's just so hard to kill him. And we see Ali's predictions coming out. You know how bot lane and the old guys' comp is just not enough damage. We see the engagement with Jarvan.
Yeah, the paranoia comes out, and the nice solar flare, and with a nice follow-up bullet time. These solar flares from Biscuit Hat, by the way, as well as the Zenith Blade, are pretty on point.
They are on point, although I am curious if it was worth it to burn all 3 of those ults right there. I know that Misfortune's ult, I don't think it has a huge cooldown. And I have no idea on the Nocturne, but that was 3 ults just to get that 1 kill. We'll see if that's going to affect them.
They have a pretty low cooldown. They all do.
All 3 of them do. I know Leona's isn't very long either.
The longest cooldown on Butter or Biscuits is Galio.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, it looks like they can kind of do whatever they want whenever they want. It's they've got 3 dragons. They're on soul point, 6k gold lead. The Silas is just gonna engage on the Malphite and get him down to half health. Malphite's gonna ult him, and the rest of his team's gonna come in.
Yeah, Jabberwock's gonna be taken down as Silas.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go down without a fight though. So,
yeah, that is a huge shutdown going over to the side of bot lane and the old guys, and we'll see.
Onto the Jarvan too.
Yeah, and it was onto the Jarvan. Too, so. We might see that put Jarvan in a better state to do more damage and to maybe help his team. It's almost a 6,000 gold lead on the side of Butter or Biscuits. They've got 6 towers. They're on soul point. They're 4 times as many kills. How do you see bot lane and the old guys coming back from this game right here? Like, what do you think they need to do to turn this back around?
Oh, hold on, the paranoia comes in, and then we see the solar flare comes in, and the lantern comes in just in case they need help, and they manage to disengage and nothing happens. But I think what they need to do is utilize that Malphite ult and the Cataclysm in order to lock down somebody. And see the Unstoppable Force coming on to OGG Span. I don't think that's who you want. And the bullet time doesn't really hit anybody though, so unfortunately, because they all back off.
Yeah, it was good call to back off there. Otherwise, it could have been really nasty.
Jabberwock takes down Malphite ult and gets a 3-man ultimate, and as well as Galio following up. Galio with the Jabberwock engaged with the Malphite ult is just gets 3 people down, and double kill comes in for Misfortune. Double up comes in for Misfortune, and Misfortune does not get a quadra
Oh
kill.
no, the
Stolen by
support
Biscuit.
stealing the quadra. Oh no, you can't post it
Go
to
for
the
the Baron.
page
Go for the Baron.
anymore.
Baron.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to be going for the Baron right here. I don't know what they were thinking chasing after that, but it looks like they are going to turn back for this Baron, which is the right call. I want to see them probably transitioning this to this Baron straight to this Dragon, grabbing Soul and just running it in. And I don't think there's much that bot lane and the old guys is going to be able to do about it.
Yeah, they can't really do anything.
Yeah, the Baron's gonna go down. Galio's backing. They're all looks like they're resetting. Someone's pinging to go to the Dragon. The voice of reason maybe not being heard by the whole team. Although it looks like they're running to it now. We'll see if it's in enough time because we see bot lane and the old guys' team is coming back up. And we'll see
Nasus
if they're
has
able
to
to
deal.
respond.
Nasus has to split right now. Nasus.
Yeah, Nasus is. They're just gonna melt that dragon and they're gonna take the Ocean Soul basically for free. Nasus really needs to be, stacking right now. He's only sitting at 30 minutes into the game, just under 400 stacks.
Yeah. I mean, that's not bad for 30 minutes. The problem is he's also 0-6 and he has like only 2 items completed. So like he's just really squishy right now.
Yeah, he's squishy and
he has no MR, so like Silas can still destroy him.
yeah, definitely. Looks like
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Butter Biscuits is gonna go maybe for like a 1-4 here to spread that Baron buff out. They're pushing in the mid lane, fleeing pandas down to the bot lane, getting those Baron minions pushing. They might.
That's the right call. Honestly, that's the right call just because Galio has TP as well as ultimate to help him move around the map.
Right, and looks like Ganwei is finally gonna pull out of that top lane to come respond to what's happening in the mid lane. And that's gonna give Nocturne a free pass to go up there and push. And right now, everyone's just sort of doing the Baron minion dance, But our Biscuits is doing a good job of waiting to do anything until all the lanes get pushed into where they want them to be. They have a huge gold advantage, and they've got Soul, they've got the Baron minions. They don't need to be taking the fights. They need to just sort of let things happen slowly, and just very very slowly overrun bot lane and the old guys in their own base.
And then Jabberwock takes Malphite ult again, so that's gonna be really spooky coming in.
Yeah, it seems like he's found the ult that he likes the most. We see mid inhib going down, bot inhib turret is down. They're gonna be fighting over this bottom inhib.
Jabberwock just deletes Jirachi with the Unstoppable Force. And then Jabberwock's just huge at this point.
Yeah, Jabberwock's huge, and Malphite tried to ult in to try to knock him up and stop it, but it wasn't enough.
Jabberwock gets the quadra kill there.
Yeah, Jabberwock gets that quadra. They're just gonna run it down in the game real quick, and it looks like this series is gonna go to a third game.
Yeah, this is gonna go to a third game.
Very well done. Very well done by the side of Butter Biscuits to really close that game out. and just slowly take their lead and extend it step by step throughout the entire game. Um, and
Jabberwock is insane on the champion.
yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. That was incredibly good Silas play. Ended up 9-2.
Got triple banned
Let's.
too.
Yeah, he got triple banned. Most damage in the game at nearly 24,000. He just sort of steamrolled that game, and that was really well done. Really well done. We'll see going into game three how these teams are going to respond. We've got one win. The first game went to Blog. And the second game, as we saw, just went to Butter Our Biscuits. So we'll see how the teams are adapting and changing their approach to this game three to see who moves on to what, the finals?
Finals, the
The
finals. This
finals.
is the semifinals,
This is the
bro.
semifinal game. So we're going to see this game three to see who makes it all the way to the final round of PMAS LCS Gold Division playoffs. So I'm going to cut the stream here so that we can get set up for game three.